Hey, this is Megan Denon, and this is my week 5 video discussion for COM4513. We have an opportunity to pose a question and also an opportunity to share a thought here. And so in the closing of this course, I thought I would start with my thought. My commentary, and I'm taking that out of The Procrastination Economy by Ethan Tessie. And on page 166, Tessie talks about children's screen time and writes that debates over the effects of screen time on children are hotly contested, and I think it's important to remember that there is no definitive outcome at this point as far as how screen time affects children. There are studies that give us different outcomes, and some of those are scary as a parent, and I think some of them aren't. And so I think it's an evolving place of study, and I think that one thing that I wanted to comment about that as a mother of 4 children is that I think that screen time itself, while information is being absorbed in a different way, I still think that there are benefits to things that can be learned through screen time. I know that my son, my 2-year-old, who has speech development issues, his speech pathologist has given me apps to use with him to help stimulate his speech. And so I am an advocate for how we can incorporate technology into our parenting without relying on technology to parent our children. So that's my comment on that. A question and sort of a comment that I have comes out of Lane Crothers' Globalization in American Pop Culture. And on page 229, he talks about cultural change as cultural hybridity. And I think that's important to think about in the context of pop culture homogenization of other cultures, or American culture taking over other cultures. I guess my question that I would like to try to figure out is if we're quantifying how pop culture and globalization and Western civilization affects other cultures, to what degree can we say that that's pop culture and not just an evolution, which is something that Crothers refers to. My 3 older children, their father is from another country, and so they have a natural exposure to that country's culture, but that country's culture also affects them in their daily lives. They have grandparents that live with them from another culture, and they're absorbing that culture, so they're also being exposed to something other than American culture, albeit a really tame version. There are still ways that cultures interact with each other and affect each other outside of the way that pop culture and media affects it. And so I think quantifying that would be an important attempt to figure out how pop culture and media affect other societies. So that's it for me, and I appreciated this course, and thanks for listening.